right. Man, what an up-close view. Welcome to a rather weird edition of the NN Podcast. I'm professional wrestler Chris Wilde, live as I am riding on the road, which is where I've been for a lot of the past 2 months. Just been on the road. Haven't been able to do as many live streams as I've wanted to, videos in general that I've wanted to. But I wanted to address some of the things that have been going on in the for the Philadelphia Eagles, our 13-2 Philadelphia Eagles. Now listen, right off the bat, injuries to Lane Johnson, Avonte Maddox. We had some updates today. Lane Johnson looks like he's not going to play for the rest of the season. Might be a little questionable for the postseason. Apparently, it's like a pain tolerance issue at that point, which Lane Johnson is one tough son of a bitch, and I don't think anything's keeping him away from the postseason. And then Avonte Maddox has a toe issue. It sucks because Maddox is a good player and a good corner, but I don't feel like it's super serious. And I'll explain to you why in a minute. And then Jalen Hurts. Nick Sirianni said today that Jalen was going to try to play Sunday. I find it hard to believe that Jalen's going to play Sunday. I think he wants to play. I think he's going to push to play. But the offense did not look bad with Gardner Minshew. They scored over 30 points. They had 4 freaking turnovers. A couple of them, were Gardner's fault. Of course, the 2 interceptions. 1 interception was because a Cowboys player, blatant defensive pass interference, as he was all over Quez Watkins. And then the other one was, I think, on Quez Watkins as well. Fumbles, one's on Gardner, one's on Miles. You got to understand, Gardner Minshew came into this game on a short week, and he didn't practice for a week. He was doing a eulogy for his college coach, Mike Leach. So his preparation was not the same as Jalen Hurts' preparation would have been. And this is the first game he started since the Jets last year. Jets, a horrible football team last year with a bad defense. The Dallas Cowboys have one of the best defenses in the league. All that being said, and it was Dallas' Super Bowl. This was the Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl. All that being said, the offense didn't look that bad. I think it'll look better this week. Again, this is annoying me. Again, this week with a Saints defense that's not as good as the Cowboys defense, a secondary that's not as good as the Cowboys secondary, I think Gardner could put up 300 yards in the air, a couple touchdowns, and beat the Saints. But this is to clinch the number 1 seed. You don't want a motivated NFC East rival in the New York Giants coming into your house the next week to spoil your plans. You don't want to rely on that. So I can see why Jalen might be put in there, but I just think it's hard to believe that they will. If there's any sort of pain for Jalen Hurts, I just can't see it happening. As far as Lane Johnson goes, again, it sucks that Lane Johnson will not be there until the postseason. But look, relax. This is why this football team is so good. Like I say relax because the reason why this football team, we look at it as a Super Bowl team, is the depth on this team behind Lane Johnson. Look, Lane's elite. Jack Driscoll's good, man. Jack Driscoll is an offensive lineman that I believe could play for or could start for a lot of football teams. And that's if they go there with that. You also have Andre Dillard, a former first-round pick. Cam Jurgens, who's really good. Who knows what they're going to do there? Maybe they just leave it how it is and put Driscoll in and don't move Mailata. But this team is loaded. Avonte Maddox, it sucked. Last week, I don't know why Josiah Scott was on CeeDee Lamb. I don't know why. Again, I don't think this coaching staff did anything against the Cowboys. Like, I don't think, like, if this is a playoff game, I think the game plan would have been completely different. You didn't see not one reverse. You didn't see not one trick play. The Cowboys pulled out a friggin' flea flicker. Like, they went deep into their playbook. I don't think Nick Sirianni went deep into his playbook at all. And Jonathan Gannon, look, I don't know what he did, but first off, the 3rd and 30, I'm not even going to talk about the Cowboys game that much. That was basically what lost him that game. Josiah Scott on CeeDee Lamb basically lost him that game. But with C.J. Gardner-Johnson eligible to come off the IR, I believe he'll be ready for the playoffs. You get him to play his natural position, which is nickel corner. And then Reed Blankenship has been an absolute beast at safety. I feel good with that. I feel like that's better than most, if not 90% of secondaries in the league. Now, they can't afford to lose many more people, obviously. But as far as the playoffs go, just relax. Like these next 2 games, obviously, next game is important. You want to beat the Saints, make sure they don't get in the playoffs so that the draft is high. And of course, that's what happens when you're driving, guys. That's what happens when you do this when you're driving. Unbelievable. Sorry. It is what it is. Live TV, folks. I'm just my main thing with this video, and I'm going to end it so something like that doesn't happen again, is just to relax, guys. Just relax. Now, if they came out against the Cowboys and look like absolute dog shit, then that would be one thing. But they didn't. It came down to the last play. If they look like dog shit against the Saints, obviously there's going to be need for worry. I'm not there yet. I think that this team is good enough to withstand this adversity. I think it's good adversity going into the playoffs. And if Jalen plays, I mean, let's just hope that he stays healthy. But everybody relax, guys. With that being said, I'm getting out of here because the phone fell once. It's not going to fall again. I'm the Heart Killer, Chris Wild. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy, happy holidays, go Birds, and I'll see you later.